Be live. Let's see if it's picked it up. It has picked it up. Beautiful. Beautiful indeed. Let me go and tag a couple of chats then. Tier 4. Hello. I'm live and I'm ahead of a couple of the tiers this time. Surprisingly. Not entirely sure what world we live in where I'm one of the first people to do a comms in a week, but done tier 2, tier 6. Yeah, it's tier 2 and tier 6. We are the third. I'm quick this week, yeah. I was meant to do it yesterday. I sat on the screen and procrastinated for literally an hour and a half. And then went and played, I think it was college football I played at the end of last night. Yeah, I should have absolutely had this done last night. Definitely didn't just stare at it. But yeah, we should be good. Don't know what it is, but the 8:30 kind of start is a nice little starting time for me at the moment. Kicking a little bit of a late night stream and everything like that. Still at work? How long do you work? They're like 10 o'clock at night over there now. Assuming you're still in Switzerland, obviously. Even if you're here, like it's still like UK or something, it's still nearly 9 o'clock. Like that'd be an insanely late work time. I'm gonna put in chat. There you go. It's in general chat as well now. So give it a minute or two. Let everyone join. That's a long time to be at work. Especially if you start at like 9 a.m. in the morning. That's a long day. Yeah, far too. Yeah, like started at 7 a.m. and you're still working. Hopefully, my mic's not too close to my mouth. I just played with it a little bit there. Let me know how that is. But shouted at 7 a.m. you've been at work for what? 15? Might have overcalculated that, but it might be what? Something like 14, 15 hours? That is an insane amount of time at work. King Jesus Christ. My body's malfunctioning on a 8-hour work day. Could not imagine nearly like 15 hours. It would... No, thank you. I worked at home today, and this was the best thing I've ever done. But yeah, I'm getting myself ahead of the curve here tonight with this, which is beautiful. Hope a bunch of you can appreciate this on a Thursday night. Surprised Fancy Locks is not on poll, actually. What? 5 minutes in. Nearly 6 minutes in, actually. So let's go through the grid while we're here. Everyone's going to be on softs. If tyres were not necessarily an issue on the sprint, they may come into a slight bit of an issue later on in the feature, but not really. So, Amy in the Genesis on pole is an interesting one. Orak in second in the BMW. Zab in third in the Mazda. Pulte in fourth. Yeah, it does make sense, yeah. Even a Ferrari, yeah. Okay, no, that makes sense. Then you got Monty in sixth in the Corvette. Surprised the Ferrari beat the Corvette. Jin in seventh in the BMW. Then it's eighth for Mo in the Beetle. Ninth for Zimmer in the Porsche. Then CCK is 10th in the Beetle as well. Then the second Corvette is 11th. Zelda's got to get his acting gear this season. It's not been a good start. Dexter in 12th. Looking to make a little less in terms of mistakes this week, because he definitely had chances last week and blew them away quite quickly. O'Leary, he's got to recover from, honestly, not the greatest strategy call in the world at the front of the race last week, and giving Fancy Locks a win by not trying an aggressive strategy after choosing the aggressive strategy. Fracas in 14th. Not entirely sure what the hell's going on with Fracas this season. Revelit, that looked like a new name to me. That might be a debut in the league, actually. Oh wait, I'm not entirely sure. And then JP, who's making his tier debut, I believe, this week. That looked like the other Ferrari. That is the other Ferrari. Alright, everyone on softs, everyone know what they're doing. So, it's BMW Genesis front line. We've got 5 red lights. It's lights out, away we go. The Genesis flies off the start. We've got a lot of glare on the screen. Not entirely sure who's got off to the greatest of starts. Fancy Locks is already up in the third, though. Gain 2, gain 3. And he's going to go into turn 1. We're going to have to go into a better camera angle here, because I'm not entirely sure if I can see anything at all. We're going to go mid-pack here and see where anything happens. Monty gets off the line blazing there in the Corvette. Same with Hadzox in the Ferrari. Zab's also existence on the outside. Oh, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. It looks like Orak is the one that's gone off the track. Let's see what actually happens. Whether or not he gets clipped to the outside here or not. Goes through turn 1. Oh, it's just contact between him and Zab, and it's not even Zab's fault. Oh, that's just an awful start for Orak. Here comes Revelit trying to go through a hole. Doesn't get it. Gets past Dexter, but Fracas and O'Leary are just a little bit too tight for him to make anything stick. He's gone a bit deep here to see if he can get around Fracas. He cannot. Going further forward, JP's from last into 11th already. Good start for him. Zimmer dropped down 1. CCK gained a position. Zelda gained 3. We continue further up. Mo's trying to fight with Jin. Obviously, they gained the position off Orak at the start. Can they get a good enough exit here to push the needle a little bit? No, he cannot. Jin is the car. Well, he's got the faster car in a straight line, realistically. He's getting a couple mile an hour. Orak, yeah, I can imagine. But I don't really think that's just a unfortunate physics thing from the game. It didn't look like a lot. Mo to the inside, this time on Jin, and I am not entirely sure how Jin's car survived that. You know, see if the camera angles and cinematic camera angles are any better at this point. Here comes Mo again. Mo looks to be a little bit hot on the entries to some of these corners. Looks like Dowder's going to the inside. Can Dowder gain another on this first lap? No, he cannot. Maybe down into the chicane. Maybe an opportunity coming here. The camera was awful. Nope, not happening. Not happening in this one at all for him. He's going to have the better car in a straight line. Amy and Fancy Locks are still 1 and 2. Zab is still still third. As they go through here. Here comes Zelda. Lots more speed this time. This time he's not going to get it either. Mo's doing enough to hang on. You got Jin in 6th, Polty in 5th, Monty in 4th. He's caught up right to the back of Zab. There's a lot of grass being kicked up, but Monty's got a penalty. Monty's got a 2-second time penalty here, so he's going to drop down at least 1, maybe even 2, because the penalty line is right out the chicane, so it is a very damaging one, unlike Catalonia. Onto a gigantic straight as well, so he's going to lose definitely the Polty, definitely the Jin. I don't know about Mo. Oh, that did not look good for Jin. It will continue to not look good for Jin, because he just clobbered a wall there heading onto the back straight. He somehow held his position. I'm not entirely sure how he's managed that, but he somehow has. Here comes Mo, and I think here comes Zelda for good measure on the outside. Can he stick it to the outside? Mo's definitely got Jin. Jin lost out to the other Beetle as well. It looks like he has for a split second, but managed to gain that position back after losing out to both Zelda and Mo. And Jin does hold on to 8th against the second of the two Beetles. A lot of fighting in the mid card here, in the mid pack here. Zimmer is in 10th. He's ahead of JP, and then O'Leary in 12th, Dexter in 13th, Revelit in 14th, and Fracas not getting off the blocks at all this season. Definitely not in this race anyway. JP is right on the back of that Porsche. The all black Porsche here. It's Monty. Penalty. Been served. Is he going to get overtaken by anybody? He's overtaken by Polty. And I think he's going to survive against the other two here. He is. So Jin's mistake on the last lap has saved him. Realistically, it's only cost him 1 instead of 3, 4, maybe even 5 positions that it should have on that lap. So he'll take that and he'll run with it, because he's got the ability to clear off from the Beetle if he can take it. Zab has got Fancy Locks here, so Zab up in the second. Fancy Locks is going to try and get past again. Amy is starting to build a little bit of a gap. I'm not entirely sure how many she's won prior to this, if she does end up winning. Obviously, we're only on lap 3 of 8, and a lot can happen between now and the end of this race. Zab is starting to clear a little bit from Fancy Locks. Polty's starting to catch up. Top 4 doing pretty well against each other. Monty lost out to Mo in the end. Not entirely sure how you've managed that in a straight with a Corvette, but that is certainly one of the things that happen in this race. You've got Delta behind that. Then you've got Jin and CCK and Zimmer actually joining onto the back. So we're starting to see 2 packs join together here. Jin really hasn't recovered from his mistake earlier on in this race, now has he? CCK just trying to hang himself in there. It might have been a little bit of contact here with him and Zimmer. Let's get a better look at this. Better look at this. Oh yeah, Zimmer does put his nose in. He does put his nose in really late. I'm not sure that was a smart idea, but he got by. Not exactly the cleanest of overtakes I've ever seen, but aggressive nonetheless. Here comes the Beetle. Will he fight it back straight away? A little ticked off with the move last time. He definitely... Oh, CCK! What are you doing? I'm going to watch this again. I'm just going to look at... That's not even... What are you doing? Doesn't even get close to making the corner. Rams him all the way off the track. That's just There's no space. There's no need for that. There's no need. Well, Zimmer dropped down to 12th. He's going to feel extremely hard done by there. Rightfully so. CCK losing out to O'Leary. So O'Leary going up into 9th now. He won't be too complaining with that. Dexter looking for potential reverse grid pole here if he can get past this Beetle. We go into the back straight here. Almost the halfway point of this race. The front of the grid aren't really doing an awful lot in terms of fighting. Here comes Dexter for that all elusive 10th place. If you're fighting this far back, this is where you want to be. Gets ahead into the the sweeping left-hander and gets the position. Moves up in the 10th. Oh, there we go. So, still fighting there. CCK getting a little bit close to Dexter. Into arguably the worst corner of the entire track, in my opinion. It's just a bit awkward. It's not really tight enough to be a hairpin, but it's not really long enough to be a swinging corner, so it's somewhere in between. It's difficult to make the cars go around it. Zimmer getting far too shallow into that corner, and JP has forgotten that he actually can hit the throttle in his car. That was an incredibly slow exit. He lost a lot of time here to the guys in front. And it doesn't look like it's too comfortable going through the first couple of corners on lap 5 either. There's a moment to forget there for JP at the back. Rebelit's still in 15th. Fracas up in the 14th. JP is still struggling. CCK's now got a penalty of 1.5 seconds as Zimmer's coming back. We might be going for round 3 technically between these two. Obviously had round 1 into the chicane at the end of the lap. Round 2 at the beginning of the following lap. He also had to start from 16th place. Yeah, that'll do it. That will definitely do it. You do have a ton of pace though, alright. You've got decent pace to still get something out of that feature race. Obviously, I haven't seen it, so we'll wait and see if that is true. CCK's got his 1.5 seconds. Will drop behind Zimmer, which means we're going to have a tasty fight here for the bottom spot of the entire race. We've been spending too much time back here. That Zab's taken the lead of the race. When did this happen? Zab's had it for a while. It does look like we're just going to go back a bit here on lap 4. I wanted to see how the lead for the race changed. Damie had a significant lead. Quite a drastic lead. I'm not entirely sure where this lead has evaporated from. Amy have a penalty. Yeah, oh, Amy had a penalty. Oh, that'll do it. That will definitely do it. That will definitely do it. Yep, that's how Dab got into the lead of this race then. Is Fancy Lock's getting by as well, or is this too late? Fancy Lock did a 50.3, which is absolutely insane for this lower tier. Arrival to the fastest lap in tier 2, never mind tier 4. It doesn't look like he did get past Amy. She holds on for a little while longer. Polty's still in 4th, Mo, and then Monty. And then Jin, Zelda, O'Leary, Dexter, CCK, and Zimmer. Obviously, we know this is the lap there, obviously, where CCK gets his penalty. So we'll head a little bit further forward for the remainder of lap 5 here. We've seen everything that happened at the back. We'll come back to that when we get to the end of the lap. We'll see if anything has happened here at front though. It doesn't look like an awful lot has happened here. Amy has got a little bit closer to the Mad that currently leads. The Zab is flying at the moment. Oh, Monty and Mo going at it. Caught me off guard, rather than offensive. Didn't expect him to be so quick, considering he was in Tier 2 last season. Mo's holding on against Monty for now. Fancy Locks was, believe it or not, in Tier 2 last season. And he was abysmally bad. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. If he sees the time, it is what it is, but I'm not even going to sugarcoat it. He was abysmally bad last season. Maybe he was just getting used to the league and everything that went with it. Seemingly have improved a ton last season. But yeah, it wasn't meant to be offensive in any way. It was just meant to. I am constantly the lower tier, so I know a lot about it. He gets one season in Tier 2. He gets a big head, you know. Made myself chuckle a little, but yeah, no, it wasn't meant to be offensive. Monty and Mo still going at it. Jin, Zelda. Jin is actually on the back of the two in front now. Zelda is going very deep there. Zimmer did get past CCK. CCK is now fighting out with Fracas for 13th. JP in 12th now as well. So CCK really did lose out quite substantially with that 1.5 seconds. Yeah, Fancy Locks is incredibly quick. It's even caught me more off guard given how his end, like he joined halfway through last season. The end of his Tier 2 season was not impressive by any means at all. Nothing would have indicated that he's this quick. Yeah, he's doing a good job. He's doing a very good job of it, to be fair to the guy. Even more Fancy Locked than me and the rest of the tier. Yeah, what's going on up here? Zelda's now heading up the pack that follow, well, fighting for 8th now. There's 8th, 9th, 10th, and 11th involved here. Then you got the 3 fighting for 5th place right now. Mo is having a bit of an exit there. And he's slid the car in, slid the car out. He might be in a little bit of trouble now. Corvette not even going to bother attacking to the inside. Maybe just accounting for the speed of overspeed. Doesn't get it. Mo again compromises his line, defending to the inside. And I think a lot more can be taken to the inside of turn 3 if people are more brave to do so. Here comes Monty into the part of the track he's realistically not going to be able to overtake a Beetle. We'll continue on. Jin just dropping a little bit off. The Beetle getting a little bit slidey. Polty is right up beside the Ferrari and the Genesis now. The Genesis tires are awful compared to everyone else around her. Dab is clearing off into the distance now. No, still ahead of Monty. That should be more than enough of a gap between the two cars for this to hang on. He's still defending the inside for some reason. He is way too far ahead to need to defend here. Yeah, he just forced himself deep for no reason whatsoever. There's a little bit of a lack of spatial awareness there. Oh, never mind. Repeat what I just said and then apply it to Monty as well. There's a wall there. You probably shouldn't hit that. Oh, Mo's gone very deep again. We got on what an apex looks like, and Monty forgotten what the wall, staying at the wall looks like. He almost hit it again now on the inside of the third to last. If he can get a good exit here, he should be able to get a good run onto the final lap. Should be able to get this Beetle. Will he finally do it? This is probably where Mo's going to defend to the inside. Nope, he decides not to. He just gives up and decides that it's not a worthwhile defend. Monty is going to go by. He's still there. Mo is still there. I don't know if there's any contact there, but that was extremely well won back. If there wasn't any contact there, Mo's just... That was a brave, ballsy move. One day, he's more than likely going to hold that position now. As a result of that, an incredible overtake. Jin is still here. Not doing an awful lot, but he's still here. O'Leary's got up in 8th, Zimmer's in 10th, TTK's in 11th, 12th is JP. So we get a little bit further forward now then. Heading towards the front of the grid. And Zab. Still kind of untouched since that penalty, realistically. Amy got a penalty, 1.5. And it took a lead away from her. And since that point, whether it be tyres or just the outright pace, Zab's not really been touched. If he can make the apex here, the Ukrainian's got a good opportunity to win with 3 to go. 2 to go now. Just the chicane between him and his first win of the season. He missed the sprint race in Barcelona. Means he started 16th in the feature. But now, in the sprint race at Trial Mountain, he's going to use the penalty for the second place driver and take it to the house. He wins the race, wins the sprint race here at Trial Mountain. Well driven by the Ukrainian driver, no mistakes, capitalizing on the mistake from the German in second. Vasilok gets third, ruins his perfect start to the season. Polly gets fourth, Mo holds on to fifth against Monty after that move in the first couple of corners on lap 8, which is incredibly ballsy. Jins gets 7th, O'Leary gets 8th, Zelda 9th, Zimmer will start on reverse grid pole ending 10th, CCK gets 11th, JP gets 12th, Fracker's 13th, he just never really got out the starting blocks. Revel is in 14th, Dexter in 15th, I'm not entirely sure what happened to him, he was 10th at one point, and then Orak, who the collision in the first lap kind of just ended any chance he had of even a semi-decent sprint race. And he'll start from the back in the feature. Right. Just as this starts, just as I can find the feature here. Yeah, 11th in both sprints so far. Yeah, that'll do it. That is incredibly unfortunate. See if we can find Trial Mountain. There it is. There's the sprint, which means that's the feature. We like that because we always do. And then we wait for the download. I'm going to text my girlfriend in a minute while this happens, so that way she knows I haven't fallen off the face of the earth. Right, what are we looking at? 62%. I know I'm not downloading anything because I did the downloads that I was meant to do. WRC had a download earlier. And I paused the one that I'm re-downloading Uno. So, I know I don't have an update rolling at the moment. So this is just taking what it is. Just take a drink to quickly refresh my voice as well, while we're waiting for this to take 10 years to download. All right. Let's see what is going to happen here in this sprint, in this feature race. 40 minutes, well, 22 laps around Trial Mountain. So, take that off the side of my TV so I can actually see how it's going to be. So Zimmer starting off on pole is on the hard tyres. Mediums for Zelda in second. It's a very interesting call. O'Leary on hards. O'Leary seems to have learnt his lesson from last week. And then you've got Jin in fourth on the hards. Hards for Monty. So split strategy here for the Corvette team. Hards for Mo in sixth. Mediums for Polty in the McLaren, which is interesting. Because if he's doing the reverse of what O'Leary did last week, he's in trouble. If he's doing what O'Leary should have done last week, this could get very interesting very quickly. I mean, it's doable. It's definitely doable. I did see a Tier 2 McLaren do this strategy, and it worked. So it is definitely doable if he can get this right. Fancy Locks on the hards. Genesis on the hard. That's no surprise. I've seen the tyre wear on that car. God awful. Zab on the mediums. In 10th. There's a interesting call. Maybe a medium soft strategy attempt for him as well. Then you've got CCK on the hards. Mediums for JP. We'll see what JP's got planned from way back here. Fracas on the hards, Revelet on the mediums, Dexter on the mediums, and hards for Aurak at the back of the grid. Alright, now we've gone for everyone. Let's see what 22 laps of Trail Mountain is going to bring us. With a Porsche on the pole position, followed by a Corvette. So Corvette should get a significantly better rolling start. Interesting, he's going straight to the barrier straight away here, Zelda. He's going to try and go after Zimmer into turn one. Doesn't get close enough, so Zimmer's going to hold on to the lead to start with. Go through, let's see if anything else has happened turn one wise. Yeah, back, see if anything proper has happened here, or has everyone behaved into turn one. Monty and Jin going at each other, nothing really happening. Polty against Fancy Locks. Fancy Locks to the outside. Now Amy's going to dive to the inside. Fancy Locks may have made a mistake trying to go around Polty. Amy's in now to the inside, and now we've got a little bit of a switchback between Fancy Locks and Polty, who's dropped a couple. That is good work for Amy getting a double. Fancy Locks has saved his position. Not entirely sure how he's managed to do that. Polty's made a massive boulder for that start. And Zab stays 10th. CCK stayed 11th, and it's pretty much as we were. In the background here, Revelet has got one position on Fracas. Fracas in the wall! Fracas is in the wall! Oh, just too close, and he clipped ever so slightly into the grass, and that'll do it. Here comes Zelda to the inside now of Zimmer, the faster car, in a straight line being the Corvette, with the inside line into a swinging left. And it looks like first it's going to be the Porsche again, because it's just a little bit of a switchback move. Zelda just got too deep, a little bit of contact isn't actually going to do anything. And just too deep from Zelda there. Misjudged the corner, and the Porsche is going to take that every day of the week. You got to do that, you got to do it right. Zimmer's having a little bit of an issue trying to hold his car together at the moment. Hard touch in the mediums as well. Jin and Monty, third and fourth. Still going at it. O'Leary in fifth. Oh, that did not look good there from Amy. Amy's gone deep. Fancy Locks may have... We've got a bit of an issue. I didn't get a good enough camera angle of this, but we definitely have a little bit of an issue. Let's go on Fancy Locks. Mo is involved here as well. Mo isn't involved. Oh, Fancy did get it stuck. Oh, he might have got a bit of touch there by Mo. Let's have another look at that. Get a bit of a slow-mo on this if we can. Let's see what actually happened here. Fancy Locks definitely goes for this. It's definitely a send. Amy, not entirely sure what Amy's doing away out there. Maybe just outbroke herself. coming back to the line. Fancy Locks is definitely in. Is he going to be able to stop himself? Then you got Mo going through. Definitely did tag him. Yeah, Mo tagged him as well. That's just confusion everywhere there. 3 or 4 cars involved. And Fancy Lock gains a position. Well, everyone else gained a position that isn't Amy. Amy drops all the way down. All the way down to 12th. Might be going straight back at Zab, who's lost the position as well. CCK now up into 9th, and a little bit of a tag from on Amy again. Revelit was not alongside enough into turn 1, and Revelit tagged Amy. Might be about to tag. Oh, no, never mind. He made that one work against Zab. That's a fairly interesting move to the inside. I'll take that one. That was a fairly clean move. JP up involved here as well. Polty and Mo going side by side, and Mo's far too wide to hold that battle for any longer. Polty up into 7th then. Fancy Locks is starting to drive his way through as well. Zelda is now in the lead of the race for all this carnage. Let's see if anything is going to happen. No, Zelda's still far too out in front. Zimmer's got a decent gap to Jin, who's got Monty there as well. So the 2 Corvettes doing a very good job here at Trail Mountain to start off with. We're an 11th of the way through this race at this point in time. Fancy Locks is now up in the 5th. Absolute blazing start from Fancy Locks, even with the kerfuffle that happened here last lap. On the first lap there was there. He got again! He's not this time! He's not getting it stopped by any means this time! We're going to have another look at that. I thought originally he was going to clobber Monty, but I think he just misses Monty altogether here and gets Jin. Stops for a long way short, long way short, uses the BMW as a brake. Polty up again. Polty's not going to complain. He gave another 2. 3 if you include his own teammate. So Polty's up in the 4th now. Fancy Lock got away with it once and wanted to try it again, and was never getting away with it twice. Imagine that that was the thought process going through the first couple of laps. He got away with it the first time, barely, and if he was called into question, he could say he got a bit of a tap from Mo. He did wait. That is good, but at the same time, you don't really make the same mistake twice. That's what it is. It is the same mistake twice. He did get away with the first one. We'll give credit where it's due, though. He did wait. So the sportsmanship is there, at the very least. O'Leary, that's not the corner. He goes round. Mo's just got to tuck in the slipstream here. Oh, CCK, sorry, and Mo. Actually, they're both there. So I didn't see 2, but I kind of guessed it. With the 2 Beetles. Could be trying to use each other here to get past the McLaren. CCK should have no real issue getting by that McLaren down into here. It looks like he has had a bit of an issue. Will Mo get by as well? Again, O'Leary deep into the corner. Mo's just not got enough of an exit to get by there. Maybe into this couple of corners split. Not really, as O'Leary has the inside line and defends it well. You got the Beetle round the outside. If he gets a good enough exit here, this could be very interesting place to make a move. Round the outside, I think he's going to get it done. He can get late break here. He doesn't get the late break here. He's still alongside. Now he's got the inside. He's definitely much more alongside now. Oh, it doesn't look good. He slipped the car. And instead of gaining a position, he's lost one. The Ferrari up in the 9th. Mo had it in his hands for a split second. Dropped the ball. Monty and Polty up in the 3rd now. Polty is driving really well at this point in time. Oh, what? How? I saw the spin there. I'm not even sure how he's managed that. That doesn't give me any more indication, to be honest with you. Zimmer's round, but I'm not entirely sure how he spun. Maybe if he's in here or sees it later on, he might be able to give us a little bit more information on that. I guess it might be dirty tires. He was on the grass prior. It did look rather innocuous, so it's just lost the car by the looks of things. Weird one. And it looks like O'Leary is now right on the back of him. Dropped to 7th from 2nd. He was facing the wrong way. Now the McLaren might have a chance. It doesn't look like he's going to get there, though. The straight line of that McLaren not really doing O'Leary any favours. If he's going to go for this, he's going to leave it late. A little bit of contact on Zimmer there. A little bit of contact on Zimmer there. And there through goes JP, who doesn't even see the... Oh, he goes straight into the wall. He got into a double wall. What is the carnage that has gone on here? It is just carnage in this race. Zimmer gets tagged by O'Leary. O'Leary's off the throttle waiting for Zimmer to get the car back up. JP's gone through the middle and just gets it all sorts of wrong. Just never looked like making the corner. Hits multiple walls and Orakers from 16th just into 9th. He's come from rather nowhere as well. JP now looking to the inside. He's going to have dirty tyres. Zimmer's somehow protected 7th in all this. JP's definitely got damage. It's just carnage. O'Leary almost going too far to the inside of Zimmer. Almost tagged him through the chicane. Orak looking to gain another one. Oh, and he's tagged O'Leary, and O'Leary's gone round. Oh, let's have a look at this one here. Hit the alongside it. That didn't look good. Well, there goes, I think that goes Mo as well. Mo might be going for a double of his own. It might have actually been a triple. Can he go O'Leary? And he will get it. Oh, maybe a triple here for Mo. And he goes into turn 1. And he's back in 8th. Oh, and he got too deep. He got too deep. He's onto the grass. Will he hold his car? He's gone a bit wide. Orak might be looking to take advantage. He isn't close enough to do so, so Mo will take it 3. I'm not entirely sure what happened to JP in all this. We spent so much time in the back here. Polty's up in the 2nd. Obviously after... Oh, JP just got it wrong. JP just missed it entirely. Yeah, oh, that will do it. Next to the inside of turn 3. Keeps it on the track, so he'll stay in 12th for now as well. Amy in 13th, 14th, O'Leary in 15th, and Fracas is tailed off. Zelda, comfortable lead at this point in time with him and Polty to the rest of the grid. A gigantic opportunity to make up the missed opportunities last week here for Zelda. It doesn't really get a much better chance than this. Monty in 3rd, the Corvette doing extremely well off the start. CCK's kind of driving in his own little world right now. Then you got Zimmer, Mo in there, Orak to the inside. Orak got him. Orak up in the 8th. Zab might be going for this. We haven't said Zab's name in a while. And he's going to box himself in voluntarily, apparently. He'll go to the outside looking for a double. Can he get this done? Nobody will take the 1. He'll take Mo. It looked like he voluntarily boxed himself in. It just in reality, he was just going to break a bit later and try the outside route. Doesn't get it. The Estonian stays in 8th for now. Zab starting to make his way back through. That's a good sign to see. He's won the sprint race, obviously. He started 10th, kind of just fell apart early. He's starting to try to recover it now. He's not going to recover it when he's sliding the car through the exit of the final corner. And he might be going after Orak here. Can he get it? He's on the medium tyres compared to Aurak's hard tyres. Going to go to the outside. Brakes early, backs out. Rather smart decision into turn 1, as we've seen a couple of carnage incidents already. Then we've got a freeway fight now. Mo is involved here. Zab going to the outside. This will open the door. If Mo's got any common sense, he's close enough. He goes to the inside. He doesn't go to the inside. It's probably indicative they wasn't close enough. He might go to the outside here, which would have been which is an interesting choice of overtaking place. That's a certain. Go round as we go onto the back straight now. Final corner before the back straight. Aurak goes a little bit deep. It looked like Mo went a little bit deep as well. Reveille and Dexter are still trying to get themselves involved on that pack. They're currently fighting for, I think that's 9th. No, it's 8th, sorry. It's Zab and Aurak going at it now. Oh, Zab. Recovery drive up into 8th right now, and he sees Zimmer in front of him. Here comes Aurak to the inside, and a little bit of a tag there, and he forces Zab far more outside than he should have. And Mo still unable to get by. Like he may have made a mistake on the corner himself. So Aurak holds on to 8th, even if it is by questionable means. Zab in 9th, Mo in 10th, Dexter in 11th, Reveille in 12th. Right now. It looks like they have joined the pack. It's now a 5-way fight. JP was close, and then he decided that grass was the best place to drive, and then slid his car through the final bit of the chicane. So he's just going to drop off the back of this pack in the moment that Amy is also trying to get herself back involved. Zab and Aurak, round number 3, into the first corner, and again, Zab on the outside backs out. Zab just doing things for self-preservation purposes right now. He needs to get a lot further to the inside of that corner, though, to defend from Mo, who's definitely got it right this time. And then, for some reason, backs out. He made the corner on turn 3, didn't really cause an incident there. If anything, Zab just got the corner wrong, and talking about getting the corner wrong. That'll definitely do it. What's happened here? Mo's got a few golden opportunities here to pass Zab, not taking any of them. Oh, he went deep. Yeah, he went far too deep. That will explain why he ain't taking that one. Here comes Dexter, boxed in though, but gets past Mo. Is he going to make it a double back-to-back real quick? It doesn't look like it unless Zab's going to get an awful exit here, and no, he isn't. I'm pretty sure that Zab's going to be able to hold this one now. It's bewildering to me why Mo has backed out of that one. He got turn 3 perfect. Didn't really cause an incident. Blame more Zab line than anything else. Oh, that's a bit shallow there, Dexter. And Dexter trying to go to the inside of Zab, and that did not pay off. Mo now looking, probably not looking to the inside, but it made it look, the way he took the corner made it look like it. And Reveille's still here. JP is getting himself back onto the pack, and then Amy also got herself involved now as well. Then you got O'Leary and Fracas a little bit off the pace. So these guys are still going after each other here in 8th. Let's see what's going on further forward. It's Fancy Locks and Monty and Polty and then Zelda, who still don't have a comfortable lead. They have an ever increasingly comfortable lead at the front of this grid. As I said before, if they go for medium hards, we then end up in the exact same position that O'Leary was in last week. So if you're going to choose early to go on an aggressive strategy, i.e. mediums from the front, you have got to go for an aggressive strategy all out. Otherwise, later on, when everyone's got half a tank and can do a quicker time on a medium tyre, you'll have sat down half a tank on a harder tyre and left dead to rights. There is a reason why the hard is the preferred tyre at the start, medium is the preferred tyre at the end. Unless you're trying a medium soft. Then obviously it is in mediums first and soft last. so you can get the quicker times on the quicker car, on the quicker compounder tire when your car is at its quickest. Alright, still ahead of Zab for now. You were doing a scientific experiment in the middle of a race? Interesting time to do a scientific experiment. I feel like practice is probably where that one should have happened. Here comes... Yeah, Zab is still holding on here. Dax has dropped off a little bit, but Mo has dropped off a significant amount further. All the way back in the hands of Amy, who just ahead of Revelit. If I see a two-stop, I'm quitting. I'm quitting comms immediately. I'm being deadly serious when I say that. If I see a two-stop, I'm stopping immediately. So I'm just going to lose my mind. The two-stop seriously could not be an actual consideration. Oh, where is Revelit going here? Oh, tag JP for good measure. I'm not entirely sure where Revelit going. Oh, Leary's probably going to drive by now. Revelit's got dirty tyres. O'Leary should be heading to the inside here. Dive to the inside, get it done. He is alongside now, but he's just far too deep. Revelit's gone too deep to try and cover it off. And O'Leary has forgotten to turn. He had got to the inside and made the move happen anyway. Revelit's just having a bit of a struggle now on the Lexus. Amy is getting a lot closer to that Beetle than she has been in prior times. Also look like we got a little bit of a battle going up ahead. I'm not entirely sure which way that's going. It's going in the direction of Zab with Zimmer right in front. Oh. Zelda, what are you doing? Why have you come off the mediums now? Are your tyres really that bad? Oh, they are! Oh, probably could have got one more out of that if you're lucky, but Jesus Christ! Oh, you can't be doing it two-stop. Please tell me you aren't going on the softs. Please tell me this isn't soft going on the car. No. I am seeing this correctly, aren't I? JP, what are you doing? Why are you going in? I'm so confused. We're going to see if there's anything on track. Distract me from whatever the carnage is that's going on in the pits right now. Why are you two-stopping? Here comes Amy to the inside of Mo. Amy to the inside. Mo's going around the outside. We saw it earlier on. And sticks it again. Oh, sticks it for a moment and then goes far too wide in turn 3. And Amy's going to get that position. Dexter, Zab, Aurak, and Zimmer all there now, and then you've got TCK and Jinner close together. Fancy Locks ahead of Monty, with Polty in the lead, obviously, after the pit stop for Zelda. I'm going to look back here. Hold on! Not only did you two-stop, you medium soft it. What? I am seeing this right? I'm not having a cruel prank play. JP done the same. But why? Yep, I'm not even going to put my brain to it. I'm not even going to put my brain to it. It's just... Nope, my brain's going to explode if I even think about it. The two-stop is not a consideration here in the first place. Oh, that's not good there for Mo as he slides through. I'm baffled. I'm gonna need to get a couple of you guys into strategy class. Jesus. All right, let's have a look at what carnage is going on here, because there's apparently a lot that I'm not paying attention to. The two caught off guard by the two-stop. Zab going to the inside. Can he get it a stick? Oh, that's a bit of a dodgy move. It certainly made contact. I don't know if he was alongside enough for that to count. That might have been a push to pass. Zimmer does get, well, Zimmer's now under fire here from Aurak. Aurak's been squeezed a little bit to the outside. Aurak going round the outside and then backs out. So Zimmer holds on to 7th after Zab gets by in the chicane on the final lap of lap 10, the final corner of lap 10. And we continue on here, very much as we were. CCK and Jin still going at it. CCK has actually got slightly better tyre than the BMW right now. Polty's lead is a substantial one in this race. Oh, here comes CCK to the inside! Oh, that might have been a tag. Yeah, a second look at that one. We'll do it from Jin's perspective here. Down the air, let's see, so CCK go, oh, Jin got very wide. There is a tag in there, not entirely sure the line you're taking there, Jin. Corner is to the inside there, you meant to take it a sweeping left-hander, but yeah, there's still contact from CCK going through there, but Jin holds the position anyway. Didn't Jin does well to hold that position there, actually. Getting forced far to the outside of the sweeping. Sweeping left-hander, in comes Jin off the 11th lap. Let's see, so Polty's lead is effectively the entire straight at this point. Yeah, literally the finish line to turn 1 ahead of Fancy Lock. That is a substantial lead. Albeit, we'll see what the strategy call is for Polty. It can't get any worse than the Corvette. The Corvette finishes in the top 10 now. The Corvette is now the finishes in the top 10 now. I'll be extremely surprised. The Zimmer ahead of Dexter. Dab comfortably clear now, those two. Amy in 8th, Mo in 9th, Zelda in 10th. So Zelda is still ahead of Jin and Aurak and company, and still at the pit. Jin comes out now. What's the gap between him and Zelda out of curiosity? Aurak out the pits now ahead of Fracas, who hasn't pit yet. JP, who did pit onto another set of medium tyres. So he's 2-stopping and he's in 14th. O'Leary here as well, is on medium tyres at the moment. Makes sense. Off of lap 11, he should be able to split his strategy medium, hard medium there. Reveille also onto the hard now as well. He just got them the wrong way round. Oh, that's a bit of a mess of a corner there by O'Leary. Hits the inside wall. Aurak is clearing Fracas now as he heads towards Jin. Zelda, it's right beside Mo, who hasn't pit yet. Monty is now into the pits off of the hard tyres. This can only be a medium going on that car. I would assume Monty's one-stopping hard medium, which would have made sense given that we saw the Corvette from Zelda's tires, and they could have gone one more. They could have done the 10. Optimal strategy at that point is a 10-12 or 12-10, depending on what tire you start on. CCK, Monty into the pits, Amy into the pits as well. CCK's fuel is substantially larger than anyone else's in that Beetle right now. He's going to gain a substantial amount of time on the rest of the grid. At this point in time, Zelda is out ahead of both of them rather comfortably. He's going to have to build up one hell of a gap here to do anything. Aurak and CCK jumped Jin. It's not too surprising, honestly. That fuel tank was crazy compared to everyone else, even in the pit at the same time as him. There you go, it was a Genesis and a Corvette, which are not particularly good cars to deal with on fuel, I don't believe. Certainly not the Corvette. Let's have a look at what else is going on. So Monty is half the straight behind his teammate. Teammate still has to pit. His teammate's gonna have to build one hell of a gap. Now he's gotta go! Oh, and he's tagged Mo! And somehow neither of them died. If anything, I think Zelda came off worse in that exchange. Not entirely sure how that's happened. Oh, that's a wall. I think Zelda's a bit overzealous there against Mo. Mo's not got good tyres left. Dex is now in the pits off the medium tyre, which makes sense. He can probably head onto a hard tyre now and figure it out from there. Again, just the wrong way around for him. Well, it looks like the Corvette should get him from here. Corvette should definitely get him from here. Polty is going medium soft. The Corvette isn't going to get him from here, so the Beetle holds on. Corvette still has to try and exist, and exist in the world that's been held up in right now. Monty is catching up. Zelda needs to get past Mo, and he needs to get past him now. The longer he waits here, the worse it's going to get. Zab, Zimmer, Polty, Fancy Locks haven't pit yet, neither has Mo in front. This should be it. This should be the opportunity he gets just to blow by this Beetle, who goes very early to the inside and somehow still beaten to the inside by the Corvette. And there you go, the Corvette makes that look easy. There's no way you're going for this, Mo. As I say, there's no way you're making that work. So, Polty at the end of 14 off of the mediums. Probably could have done one more. Don't know if his fuel would have gone. It would have been very close if he could have done one more, actually. But, yeah. So we just have to figure out what the car is what he's going on. Zab definitely could have gone one more. He probably could have gone medium soft. Wait and see if that is the choice that he's gone and done. Zimmer now is staying out. Well, Zimmer's staying out even further. So Zimmer, I can only assume, is attempting a hard soft here. No, Polty's tires probably couldn't go any further. It is soft going on the McLaren. There'll be mediums going on the Ferrari, which makes sense. What about Zab? We'll have a look in a minute. Stay around him though. Aurak is comfortably ahead of Amy right now. Zab's going to be the car just driving out of the pits now. It is soft. That does make sense of what he's gone on to there. Dexter's had a bit of an issue here. I'm not entirely sure of what he's done. Oh, that's what he's done. He's cut the pit lane. Oh, that will do it. 3-second time penalty. That is Yeah, well, that's definitely going to allow Leary by. I don't know about JP, but it's certainly going to allow Leary by. Now McLaren now up into 12th. JP far too far back. Revelit's got a bit of an issue himself, not really getting anywhere. Fracas is still not really off the blocks. Complete non-factor in this race. So Zimmer is the only one that hasn't pit now. So back to a regularly scheduled viewing where Zelda's in the lead. The only issue is that he has no gap and he still has to pit. Still has to pit, which means Polty is going to make easy work of him here. Mediums versus soft. I can't imagine this taking very long at all for Polty. Modes just sliding his way round. It might be a case that he might be coming in at the end of this lap. Fuel tank can't go much more, so I would assume that it's going on the softs now. It is. You don't have to cross before that dotted white line becomes a solid white line. It looks like you may have lost a little bit of time on the entry. Fancy Locks is just ahead of Monty. Okay, so this is going to be interesting now. Both on the medium tyres. Monty's been on for a little bit longer. Fancy Locks, after winning both the first races, not really ever looked like winning either of these two. We'll still wait and see. Wait and see if Monty can get anything done there, actually. CCK is definitely closing in. Tyres are identical right now to that Corvette in front of him. Jin in 7th. Dab's got a half-second penalty with Aurak directly behind him, so we'll be going for round 15 between these two. Amy in 10th right now. Might be a pretty big beneficiary of the Zab penalty here, because then these two are going to fight and bring her into it. So Leary and Mo are right beside each other. Mo came out onto the softs, obviously. You would expect Mo to still get a decent chance at a decent position at the end of this. Let's have a look. Going further forward. Monty and Fancy Locks are still right beside each other right now. The Ferrari just getting the better of the Corvette. That's purely because of how long it's been since Fancy went into the pit. Zimmer can only be going onto a soft tyre right now. Let's see if there's a good exit here for Monty. It didn't look like a great one, that's for certain. And CTK still ahead of Jin by quite some margin. Jin's actually been caught up by Zab a little bit now. Norak is right there. As I expected, Zab's half-second penalty did bring him right into the clutches of the Estonian. But Zab on the soft tyres should be able to drive away rather convincingly here. Start towards Jin. Zab, after a poor start, could realistically still be looking minimum top 6. Don't have that enough time for him to catch up to CCK. You have to get a lot further into the corner than that, though. He's going to start making indents into people's times. Monty, one you usually pencil in for a spin or two in a race, doing a very good job of sticking with someone who looked so formidable after round 1. Let's see if there's going to be an overtake coming into this, out this exit. On the hairpin! No, there won't, because he slid the car just a little too much. Also, Polty has driven very much away from Zelda by now, and that's not too surprising. We said at the start that this was a... we said when we saw it on lap 9 that this is a bewildering strategy that was never going to work. Major blunder for someone who had such a gap at the front. Yeah, he's now fallen all the way back to the hands of Fancy Lock. Nope, Monty, there's an apex over there so somewhere. Late apex on that corner, not a third, not an early one. Had very bad tyre wear, but the 10, 12 would still have worked. You would have got through 10, there was enough tyre left on the... It would have been very marginal by the end of lap 10, but there was still enough tyre left on that car to go 10. I did say at the beginning, if you're going to commit to an aggressive strategy, you might as well commit to it. I wasn't quite meaning that aggressive, but... I mean, sure. Because again, look, he's done a little bit worse on the tyre wear if anything this round, but it probably still would have been marginal to get to the end. So, we're in our actual top 4 now, so it's Polty from Fancy, from Monty for the podium at the moment, with CCK quite substantially behind them, and don't really see a way onto the podium for him unless there's a mistake up front. And you got Jin in 5th, with Zab behind him and Orak behind both of those two. Yeah, it's just a very questionable set of decisions, to be honest with you, all around. Yeah, he definitely could have played that one out a little bit better, a little bit differently. He is on the soft now, and he is ahead of where I thought he would be, to be honest with you. Front 3 seem pretty locked off right now. It's just a case of what order between Monty and Fancy Lock. CCK probably locked into 4th. Then we got a little bit of a battle for 5th, 6th and 7th, where honestly Jin's probably going to be coming under a lot of fire. I don't know whether or not his teammate is going to get good orders for there's going to be any team orders when his teammate arrives, but before then he's going to have to deal with Zab anyway. Monty again just too far back into the straight. To really do anything, Jin still defending from Zab at this point in time. Zab can get a good exit, this might be it. If Jin can get a good if Zab can get a good exit, he might be able to make a move. He's definitely pushing for it. 52.4 on the softs. Softs already half one, which is an interesting thing. Oh, where are you going? Where are you off to? Oh, he's off again! He's off again! Where are you going? That is not the tarmac. Oh, you never pointed in. You never pointed in. Never making that. Well, yeah, so I was about to say he would have to deal with Zab and with Arak and about favourable team orders, well, we're not even going to get that far. I see Amy also got by in that one. Amy up in the 7th now as well. Amy's tyres actually a little bit better than Aurak and Zab to a good measure at the moment. That might be an opportunity here for the Genesis. And here comes Zelda. Not a sentence I expected to say, given the fact that he'd done a 2-stop. Here we go. Jin to the inside, the Corvette. No issues whatsoever here. If he can actually hit the corner, there is an apex. Please hit it at some point. He doesn't need to in the end, somehow. He does get by against Jin up in 8th. Zelda is starting to gain a couple of his positions back. Further back, Fracas is still not off the blocks. It's only been 20 laps. JP currently in 15th, 2-stopping, and the Revelit is here as well. That's 3 tailed off from the rest of the group. Then you got Dexter in 13th, who, after last week, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed with how he's done today. Maybe an off week for him. O'Leary in 12th, Mo in 11th, and this is just going to show how much the front of the grid is impactful. Well, if you're in 10th, 11th, the difference between 10th and 11th is massive, depending obviously what happened in the race. But if you end outside that top 10, your entire race can fall apart very quickly. Zimmer is on softs, is closing down Jin. Jin might be on fear here of ending outside the top 9, only getting just about into the top 10 at this rate. I think it might definitely be too late for Mo to do anything about it. See if the softs are going to fall off anyone's car. Well, Amy is closing in on Aurak, and Zelda will then do the same. There is still a possibility, a slight possibility, of something happening here for Zelda. Zab's tyres are starting to fall off a cliff. He might have a bit of an issue on this final lap, but he does have a substantial gap to Aurak right now. Mediums for CCK is still looking pretty fine. Again, should still be... he's kind of catching up to Monty. Again, they're still very similar tyre wears here. Between 2nd, 3rd and 4th. That didn't look good. That's going to warm his tyres up a bit there. He's going to, yes, light the car again. CTK has an opportunity. It's not a large one. There's an opportunity. Oh, Polty's got no tyres. Oh, Polty's got no tyres. Sound the alarms. The McLaren is out of tyres. Oh, the Ferrari's going to win. The Ferrari might end up winning that. Yeah, the Ferrari's going to win this. The Ferrari's going to win this. Polty's just trying desperately to tick down the clock now. He's got about half a lap to hold on, and he has no tyre left. Literally no tyre left. There is no turning circle on this car. It's now got the circle of a tractor. And here comes the on-storming Ferrari. Is there enough time in this lap for him to catch up? At about 5 or 6 corners, and there are pretty difficult corners still going, if you've got no tyre left, especially the one we're about to head to. Polty, there's an apex. You got to try and hit this as much as you can with no tyre. He does a good job of it, given the fact that there's nothing left of his car. Is he going to be able to hang on? It's going to be very close. Polty again just dragging his car as much as he can possibly amass in the final sector here. Again, deep. Fancy Lock smells blood in the water. He has to smell blood in the water. He's right up to the back of the McLaren now. It's the Ferrari with 2 to go. He's got to notice this. Surely, he's got to go for this. Why did he not go for this? What is he doing? He's just looking at him. He's caught looking, and Polly has held on. I think Fancy might have been caught sleeping a little bit there. I'm not entirely sure why he wasn't more aggressive with that. Oh, That's an interesting end to the race. Poli's held on. They'll hold it up for dear life. Fancy should have been a lot more aggressive in the final sector. Monty is in third. He's going to end on the bottom step of the podium. CCK is ending fourth. Good race for him. Zab in fifth. Orax sixth. Amy seventh. Zelda got eighth. Zimmer ninth. Jin ending 10th. O'Leary gets 11th. Mo gets 12th. Dexter in 13th. JP is currently in 14th. Managed to gain a position of Reveille. Going to be interesting to see if Fracas is going to be able to maybe steal something at the end here. He's been a complete non-factor in this race, but if he manages to, he's gonna, if he can keep the car going. I don't know if he has. Oh, he slid it too much. And it's a drag race to the line. It's Reveille for 50. And Fracas ending last, which is honestly where he deserved to come after that race. That was not a complete non-factor through that one. There's just so many baffling decisions throughout the grid. I think we can unanimously say that the two-stop was a really bad idea. Alright. Carnage. Carnage left, right, and centre. That's all that was. Let's have a look at the standings. I don't know what I was looking at, to be completely honest. It was certainly one of the ideas of all time. You are right with that. And as a result, you've immediately been signed up to strategy class 101, Andrew. Rule number 1, two-stop is always a bad idea unless the stop is 10 seconds or under. Let's get up the tier 4 standings here. Well, let's see. What are we dealing with here? So Fancy Locks, 13 ahead of... Here? Not really. Not really. I'm not in agreement to that statement. Around this track? No. First off, it would have to be medium soft to even debate this. Second off, no. Not really. Pit lane's just too long. Simply just too long. But yeah, Fancy Locks 76, Polty 63, Zab 41 is the top of the Drivers' Championship at this point in time. I think Fancy Locks has been promoted after this week. McLaren's 94 is currently at the top of the grid. The championship for the constructors. Ferrari second, and then BMW third on 56, Corvette on 50 after that. Andrew had a lot of clean air. I still think the pit loss, even with, because it's the animations in the pit lane, I'm still pretty sure the pit lane, even with the chicane, the pit loss is the upside of 20 seconds. Whereas places you'd think to do a two-stop, Brands Hatch is literally a 12-second pit lane. Alsace is literally a 17-second pit lane. Like, the real chances, unless the track is so significantly high on tire wear, the chances of a 20-second plus pit stop loss working is slim to none. I don't think that I genuinely you guys might have done a lot more practice than I did. 'Cause I only did an hour, but the pit lane here and the tire wear is not significant, is not high enough realistically to justify a 2-stop being worthwhile. Especially when you look up and down the tiers. Even in this race, you have people doing, 30, 40 seconds in the pit. Yeah, exactly. Even in this race, you have people in your tier doing medium soft. You are in no way beating that with a 2-stop. Outside of it being Brands Hatch and Dalsas. That's it. That's literally the only time you beat that on a 2-stop. There is no way a 2-stop would be quicker than medium soft, especially around here. Not a million years. And hard medium, it really isn't either. As shown by the fact that Zelda went to 8th and had to fight back to 8th. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's a mistake. You make that mistake once, you learn from it. So, yeah, it was just a questionable strategy call. But with that being said, I think that's everything I have to bring to you today. We're a bit early on comms, so it might be a little bit of an extended time before the next one. It might be Tuesday, it might be a little bit later. I'm working at home again on the Wednesday, so it'll be Tuesday and or Wednesday. But yeah, I might be doing comms tomorrow for 2-hour endurance series. If you want to join in, if you want to join that or watch, that might be happening. But until then, I'll see you in a bit.